In this video, we've got a list of 51 crazy things Antonio Brown has done, all of which led to perhaps his grand finale on Sunday against the Jets. Where do we begin? Well, we're gonna try and go in chronological order as best we can. So let's first take it back to Florida International University. AB had earned a football scholarship there, but that didn't last long, as he got into a fight with a school security guard. After he transferred to Central Michigan and was eventually drafted by the Steelers, he became a star receiver. And once he realized the power that came with being a star, the ego grew exponentially. At one point early in his career, he nearly fought teammate Ryan Clark and famously told him, "Don't touch me, I'm the franchise." At the end of the 2016 season, Brown said his name was now Ronald Ocean, and Ben Roethlisberger was to be called Billy. When Big Ben was asked about it, he said, "I have no idea, I don't know where it came from. He was calling himself Ronald Ocean and was calling me Billy for whatever reason. I have no idea." After the Steelers' divisional round win later that season, Brown was secretly filming himself live on Facebook during Mike Tomlin's postgame speech, where a coach is heard saying, "Stay cool on social media." In June 2017, Brown purchased a self-portrait of himself donated by an artist for charity. And you guessed it, he never actually paid for it, not even for charity. In October 2017, Brown flipped a Gatorade cooler after not being targeted by Ben Roethlisberger, or should I say Billy. 2018 offseason, this year things would get even worse. Brown installed a piranha tank only to not take care of it and kill off the piranhas. Then he proceeds to call back up the guy who installed the tank, wondering what was wrong, and by the way, he never paid that guy. After the first game of the 2018 season, Brown threatened to beat up a reporter, saying, "Wait until I see you, bro. We gonna see what your jaw like." About a week after that, in response to a tweet saying that Roethlisberger was responsible for Brown's success, AB tweeted back, "Trade me. Find out." That same week, he failed to show up for Monday team meetings. A few weeks after that, Brown was sued for throwing furniture off his 14th floor balcony after he almost hit a 2-year-old. He also burned and smashed things in the condo as well. 1 month after that, he was cited for speeding over 100 miles an hour. In December 2018, he didn't play in the final game after throwing a football at Roethlisberger during practice, then proceeding to skip practice for the week. One teammate called the situation the worst he'd ever seen. If only he knew what the future held. In January 2019, AB was accused of pushing his girlfriend to the ground. A few weeks later, he posted a picture of himself in a 49ers jersey. Right around that time, he dyed his mustache blonde, a look that would soon become synonymous with a new nickname. Gone are the days of Ronald Ocean, and welcome the infamous Mr. Big Chest, aka MBC. In March that year, Brown told ESPN that he doesn't need football, and if they want to play, they're going to play by his rules. Within a week, the Steelers attempted to ship the Big Chest to Buffalo, but he protested the trade so much that it fell through. Soon after, he was traded to the Raiders, but his mind was still on the Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster was named the team MVP, and in response, Brown just had to tweet that Juju fumbled the whole postseason away. In August 2019, Brown arrived at training camp on a hot air balloon, but team doctors discovered that he suffered severe frostbite after not wearing proper footwear in a cryotherapy chamber in France. Within a couple weeks, Brown had told the Raiders that he was willing to retire after the NFL updated its helmet safety standards. But he then decided to paint over his old Steelers helmet and sneak it into practice, but he was caught. Before the season could even begin, Brown attempted to fight Raiders GM Mike Mayock while calling him a cracker and being held back by Vontaze Burfict of all people. One day after the fight, Brown posted audio online of a private phone call with Coach John Gruden, asking him if he wanted to be a Raider or not. And one day after that, he famously posted a video screaming, "Grandma, they free me!" after being made aware that he was released from the Raiders. The Patriots quickly signed him, but that doesn't stop him from liking a tweet about Mayock getting something terrible with Mayock's butt. 3 days after being signed, Brown is hit with allegations of sexual assault. But once again, his talent prevails and he scores a touchdown in his Patriots debut. The day after that, Brown's doctor accuses him of repeatedly farting in his face. Oh yeah, he also owed him $11,000. Before Brown could make it to a second game, he threatened the accusing woman with intimidating texts, while being sure to include his lawyer in the group chat. And that would be the end of his Patriots career. After thanking the team, he proceeded to take shots at owner Robert Kraft and of course Roethlisberger on his way out, as he tweets that he will not be playing in the NFL anymore. 4 days later, he said he wanted to come back to the NFL. But during that time, he had also filed multiple grievances against the Raiders and Patriots in an attempt to get back $40 million. Then almost immediately after that, he asked the Patriots to call him and let him play. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that during this time, AB had re-enrolled at Central Michigan to take some online classes. But then he asked Twitter to help him with his English paper. And yet another thing to happen in early October 2019, Brown was called a belligerent lunatic during his deposition for the condo case. Things were quiet by Big Chest standards until December when he tweeted out, "No more white woman 2020," and that his father was a failure. Quickly after that, the Saints thought it was a good idea to try him out. They did have one request though, and that was for Brown not to bring an entourage. Of course, not only did he show up with an entourage, but an entourage with cameras. Soon after, in January, he turned to a rap career and released his debut single, "Whole Lot of Money," where he repeatedly tells everyone that he has a whole lot of money. 3 days after that, he enters talks with Logan Paul about a boxing match. And within days of that, he posts a video of him calling local cops a bunch of slurs. He must have forgotten that he had ties with a police youth football league who quickly cut those ties. Speaking of cutting ties, he also lost his agent Drew Rosenhaus and had previously lost his lawyer. About a week after that, yes, we're still in January 2020, he was accused of throwing rocks at a moving truck after refusing to pay the driver. And 3 days later, an arrest warrant was issued against Brown for burglary with battery. In July 2020, he announced his NFL retirement yet again. 2 days after that, he said he wants to play again, and asked for the league to wrap up its investigation on his sexual assault case. Roger must have listened, because by the end of the month, the NFL announced an 8-game suspension. At the end of October 2020, Brown signed on with the Bucs. But in November, he's accused of breaking a surveillance camera and throwing a security guard's bike in his gated community the previous month. The Bucs managed to hold down Mr. Big Chest for about a year, which included a Super Bowl win. But in November of 2021, Brown's former chef said Brown failed to pay him. And the chef said he obtained a fake vaccination card submitted to the Bucs. The NFL announced that Brown would be suspended 3 games for that fake card. When he returned from suspension, he accused the press of being all about drama, while he was all about football. But 6 days later, well, yeah, he quit football. Again, I guess.